welcome to the Newshour Agenda. I'm Madhavdas bringing you this special episode from Mumbai as well, where we continue to be on the campaign trail, tracking all the political developments here in India. Yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, the All India Muslim Personal Law Board came out with its decision to support the Mahavikas Aghadi and saying that they would support the alliance on 269 of 288 assembly constituencies. And this comes just days after the All India Ulema Board made a list of 17 demands which included 10% reservation, and several of the opposition-led MVA allies came out to say that this is something that they were very seriously considering and would even support. Listen in first to the reaction of the All India Muslim Personal Law Board.
We have decided to support the candidates of Mahavikas Aghadi on 269 constituencies. It is worth noticing that we have extended our support to 170 candidates from Maratha and OBC communities.
BJP trains its guns on the India bloc and the Congress in particular, calling it its own brand of appeasement politics. But the Congress too hit back, saying that then would the BJP deny the support that it gains from organizations such as the RSS.
महाविनाश अघाड़ी ओली कट्टरपंथी विकास अघाड़ी हो चुकी है, तभी सज्जाद नुमानी जो तालिबान में विश्वास रखते हैं वो महाविनाश अघाड़ी को बैक करते हैं।
ऑल इंडिया मुस्लिम पर्सनल उलेमा लॉ बोर्ड है, महाविकास अघाड़ी को समर्थन देंगे 267 सीट्स पे। कुछ ना होगा, आंधी आ रही है, उड़ जाओगे, पकड़ के रखो अपने आप को।
Sabha election, there were Muslim organizations that extended support to Mr. Modi. Did Mr. Modi have a problem then? If he did not, why is he having a problem now? RSS is saying that they want to vote for BJP. We are not making it an issue. Everybody is free.
How it is jihad? When dozen of Hindu religion organization support to BJP, so that means it is also jihad. How can it be a jihad?
Meanwhile, elections are underway in the state of Jharkhand as well, and a massive face-off has in fact come to the fore on the issue of infiltrators. The state in charge of Jharkhand for the Congress party, Ghulam Ahmed Mir, has made a controversial statement regarding subsidized cylinders being made available to Hindus, Muslims and even infiltrators. This has led to the BJP and the BJP's attack being led by no less than the Prime Minister, who has called it a very dangerous statement and a game for votes, which has in fact sprung out from this appeasement politics in relation to infiltrators. Listen into the war of words.
जैसे सरकार बनेगी 1 दिसंबर से गैस सिलेंडर का कीमत सिर्फ 450 रुपए। में हिंदू देखा जाएगा, न मुसलमान देखा जाएगा, न घुसपैठिए देखा जाएगा, तो न कोई और चीज देखा जाएगा।
आप मुझे बताइए भाई, ये जो घुसपैठियों की आरती उतारते हैं, क्या ऐसे लोगों को देश में कहीं पर भी अवसर मिलना चाहिए क्या? ये वोट पाने के लिए देश के साथ आपके बच्चों के उज्जवल भविष्य के साथ कैसा खेल खेल रहे हैं, इसका ये उदाहरण है।
मैं उनको भी कहना चाहता हूं, घुसपैठियों को भी, कान खोलकर सुन लो। हेमंत सरकार का समय समाप्त हुआ, घुसपैठियों आपका भी समय समाप्त हुआ। एक एक को चुन कर झारखंड से वापिस भेजने का काम भारतीय जनता पार्टी करेगी।
No, according to Bharatiya Janata Party, all Jharkhandis are infiltrators. There are no record of infiltrators in Jharkhand. To insult the Jharkhandis, he is saying all the Jharkhandis are Gujratis, that we will not tolerate it.
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Let's take this across to our guest now. Joining us with us is Sanju Verma, national spokesperson of the BJP. Dr. Anand Raghunathan, author, is with us. Also joining us is Krishna Hegde, spokesperson of the Shiv Sena Shinde faction. Tehseen Punawala, political analyst, is with us. Sajid Supariwala, leader of Shiv Sena UBT, is with us. But I want to go first and foremost to Imran Ahmed Ali, lawyer and political analyst. Imran Ahmed Ali, the point is that there is all sorts of promises that happen in the heat and dust of an election campaign. But this one coming from Jharkhand really takes the cake, where Ghulam Ahmed Mir has actually promised subsidized cylinders to infiltrators. This is perhaps, something that hasn't been heard of before in any election campaign, Imran Ahmed Ali. How do you justify this kind of a statement?
You can't justify it. I would say sometimes people have a warped sense of humor. And let's see, the whole context is being understood as vote bank politics. If you understand what infiltrator means, it means an illegal he have or she have the right to vote. So this cannot be termed into a political debate in saying that, listen, they are going to get cylinders at 450. You give whoever you want at 450, they don't have the right to vote. What are you scared about? And when you talk about the whole concept, I think the problem here is that if we are so scared of illegal immigrants, let's not pass laws in parliament by giving citizenship rights to a few persecuted minorities. I think it is the general discontentment with the usage of that word that is the problem. And I think when you talk about these issues, I'm so glad that, Hindu-Muslim in this was kept different, to the whole infiltrators comment. So let's not confuse the debate and say that this is vote bank politics, because it's not. And merely saying that you're giving 450 cylinders to XYZ
I think you're
does not
conflating
ensure.
too many issues over here.
It's just a warped sense of humor.
I don't know if that comment was made with a sense of humor or not. But the point is this, that whether it's infiltrators, there are people who are illegally here in the country. I don't think calling persecuted persons who are coming into the country and equating them with infiltrators is appropriate. But nevertheless, Sanju Verma, please respond to Imran.
Madhav, first and foremost, let me set the tone of the debate in the right perspective. Who is an infiltrator? An infiltrator is an illegal migrant, an alien, and a group of people who enter your homes and your country with the intention to influence voting patterns and with the intention to claim benefits that they are not entitled to, at the expense of whom? At the expense of honest taxpayers like Madhav, like Sanju Verma, like Anand Raghunathan, like Krishna Hegde, so on and so forth. The limited point is this, that the kitty of the state, the budget of the state, including a state like Jharkhand, which is a very young state formed from the southernmost tip of Bihar only as recently as in the year 2000, the kitty and budget of the state is limited. So if you are going to mollycoddle Ghuspetiyas, infiltrators, illegal migrants, aliens, you are doing so at the cost of some other legal citizens who could have availed of the benefits. Now I will give you a small example. Pradhan Mantri Jan Jati Nyaya Abhiyan, the PM Janman scheme, JANMAN. It basically aims to give access to drinking water, housing, toilets, electricity to the most vulnerable tribal groups. And the Prime Minister has said that the annual budget will be in excess of 3 lakh crore. Now the budget is 3 lakh crore. If I have to distribute benefits to, tribals, Hindus, Dalits, that's fine. But if I'm giving benefits out of this 3 lakh crore to illegal migrants, that is happening at the expense of somebody from the Santhal community, somebody from the Lohar community, somebody from the Vanjara community, somebody from the Dhangar community, somebody from, the most marginalized Adivasi community. But I will just end by saying this. Please, first and foremost, do not compare, illegal migrants with persecuted Hindus or persecuted Buddhists, Jains, Sikhs or Christians in Pakistan, Bangladesh, Afghanistan. Do not compare apples with watermelons. Point number 2, the CAA was passed duly by the Indian Parliament. So I don't think anybody here should be undermining the credibility of a law that has been duly passed in the most important platform that a democracy can boast of. The third and most important point, where I will end, so that your audience needs to hear this, what has happened, Madhav. 1951, tribal population of undivided Bihar, 46.8%, 2011, that came down to 28.11%. Whereas in the same period in 1951, undivided Bihar, Muslim population was only 9.44%. That rose dramatically to 22.73%. And last but not the least, the Santhal tribe, which forms a large chunk of the 27% tribal population in Jharkhand. The Santhals were at 44.67% in 1951. Today, they are at less than 27%. And the decline in tribal population and the rise in Muslim population has not been organic. Niti Aayog came out with a detailed report a couple of months back on this particular aspect. The entire rise in Muslim population, at least 75% of that has been
points, and that has been borne out by the affidavit that was submitted before the High Court there in Jharkhand as well. I want to take that question across to Tehseen Poonawalla. Tehseen Poonawalla, Sanju Verma there saying that, when it comes to the Santhal Pargana, you very well know the data that has been submitted before the courts there. It is very clear that there is a change in the demographics of that particular district and in other parts of Jharkhand. And given that that is a fact submitted before our courts, isn't this a very sensitive issue? Should not the in charge of a national political party like the Congress party be more sensitive on an issue such as infiltration? Can they be seen making such statements in the first place, and why should they be making this in the first place, Tehseen?
Madhav, thank you so much for having me on the show. I hope you have a good time in Mumbai. And as you will notice in Maharashtra, by tomorrow, day after, everybody's fed up with the BJP. So BJP polarized Maharashtra and Jharkhand. We'll stick to Jharkhand and I'll come to Maharashtra. Look, they have no issues, so they want to do Hindu-Muslims. Let's ask some simple questions. Let's assume that infiltrators have come in. Now, I checked the map of Jharkhand again. Jharkhand does not border any international country. It borders Assam. It borders West Bengal, Tripura, and the states that are governed, except for West Bengal, by the BJP. So if these infiltrators are coming in via Assam, who's to be blamed? Who's the Prime Minister, Home Minister? Let's say they came before 2014, because the BJP and lies are two sides of the same coin. So they say 2014. So since 2014 to 2024, same gentleman is Prime Minister. Isn't it his constitutional duty? This is the Constitution of India, to throw infiltrators out, identify and throw them out. He's not been able to do that. What the BJP is doing is now accusing the Election Commission of being hand in glove and giving Bangladeshis, Rohingyas voting rights. Is that what the Prime Minister Amit Shah ji is saying? Number two, can the BJP fight an issue on development? They can't. Therefore, Hindu-Muslim. Therefore, they come into Maharashtra Assembly 370. I am making one more prediction now. As they get more desperate here in Maharashtra, they will talk about Pakistan and Dawood, because jab BJP darti hai, Pakistan ko aage karti hai. But no matter what happens, Jharkhand and Maharashtra, the BJP are going to be wiped out. It's going to be a stunning reversal for the BJP.
Okay, let me bring in Dr. Ranganathan. Dr. Ranganathan, the fact that Jharkhand does not have international borders, the fact that Tehseen says it's the duty of the union government to ensure that the borders are secure and that anyone migrating illegally, infiltrating illegally into India is checked at the border or is thrown out. And therefore, he's putting the onus on the centre. Please respond to him, Dr. Ranganathan.
Good evening, Madhav, and good evening to my fellow panelists. I think it's a historic day today, iconic day, because the minister has coined a new phrase. We had heard of Freudian slip. This is a Rohingyan slip. But the fact of the matter is, why are people finding all this talk that in fact Yogi ji had started, Himanta Biswa had initiated, of demographic shift uncomfortable? I mean, Madhav, honestly, have we reached a stage where we cannot even state facts? Is it not a fact that a particular religious denomination is increasing compared to the others? Look, if you were to take as starting point the premise that all religions are exactly the same, then there is no issue. Because under that premise, if one religious population can be the majority, why can't be the other? Of course it can. But the fact is, all religions are not the same. Some religions exhibit predatory, supremacist, exclusivist views and practices. The truth is, if such a religious denomination becomes majority population, it begins very quickly dictating its social practices upon others. There are some schools in Jharkhand that now have Friday as a holiday instead of Sunday. We have seen what happened in the Kashmir Valley. The sitting chief minister even called for stoning as a punishment there. We have seen the state of homosexuals and atheists and women under the majority of such religious denomination. Atheists are condemned to death in 13 Islamic countries. Homosexuals are caned. Women discriminated. That is an issue for India. Madhav, demographic shift is a reality. in Jharkhand, in Bengal, in Assam. Changing demography, the problem comes because it shifts the government's decisions towards appeasement. Take for example Bengal, just a minute. Muslims form 30% of Bengal population, but 66% of the OBC groups in Bengal are Muslims. Remember how Didi warned Hindus to not venture in quote-unquote Muslim areas? Or TMC Sheikh Alam boasting 4 Pakistans can be created if 30% Muslims come together? Whether it be changing Ram Dhenu to Wrong Dhenu, opposing CAA, appointing a Muslim on Tarkeshwar Temple Board, providing midday meal dining hall for only those schools having 70% or more minority students, curtailing the time duration traditionally permitted for Durga idol immersions to make way for Muharram procession, granting 2.6 crores of taxpayers' money to Furfura Sharif, promising to give land to imams for construction of houses. The problem is at what the demographic shift has achieved in Muslim majority areas. Just 30 seconds. Hamas terrorists are streamed live to deliver speeches in Kerala. Terrorists like Nasrallah are celebrated. Tens of thousands who can't even point out Lebanon on a map or mourning the death of a terrorist in Kashmir. Terrorists and riot mongers are released in Karnataka, overriding even the Supreme Court. Cases against them are withdrawn. Why? So let us stop being ostriches, because the sand is no ordinary sand, Madhav. The sand is quicksand.
Yeah. All right, let me bring in Sajid Supariwala. Sajid Supariwala, a few moments ago, Tehseen Poonawala was saying that it is the BJP that is trying to polarize. Yesterday, there was a press conference held of the All India Muslim Personal Law Board, as you know very well here in Mumbai. And, the person, Mr. Nomani, of course, his comments have been distanced from by the All India Muslim Personal Law Board in the past, where he has supported Taliban regime takeover. But the point is that his statements appear to be welcomed here by the MVA. So, who's really playing the politics of appeasement, or the politics of division, or the politics of polarization, whatever you choose to call it, Sajid Supariwala?
The BJP at the center is losing its foothold in the whole country, because the Lok Sabha elections, people had shown how their places and all. They were talking about majority votes of 400, 400 par, 400 par. 30 par होने की बारी आ गई थी. They had to take 2 supports from totally the different kind of ideologies of Chandrababu Naidu and Nitish Kumar. They had to take the support of these people. In Maharashtra, very soon the political outcome will come very soon. The elections are on, and people will show them their places, what is appeasement politics and what is not non-appeasement politics. They are opportunists. They are not pro-Muslims or pro-Hindus, be it the MIM with the B team of BJP as all of us. Even if you are a small child, he will understand politics it's become open. The internet is there today, the internet age, jet age. We all know what is going on. Who's cutting votes, who's not cutting votes, who's appeasing the Muslim, who's trying to polarize the things. Like Tehseen Poonawala rightly said, BJP is just interested in polarization, and that's why all these topics are coming up. If any organization would have backed them up, they would have said, wow, it's a warm welcome. Just because it is supporting the MVA, they have a problem with that. They are losing not only Muslim votes but Hindu votes also, and inshallah very soon in Maharashtra they will win.
Sajid, you haven't answered my question.
What they are doing, it's their
problem. What is the Muslim Personal Law Board doing there?
Now we are fine. Yeah, tell me. You just answered my question.
No,
you said
the point is you have every right to question the BJP. The simple question I'm asking you, is the same yardstick should be applied to the Muslim Personal Law Board as well. I'm only asking you that. You question the BJP, the RSS, no problem. But the point is the same yardstick has to be applied on all sides. Is it not?
Where are we? We are. If people vote for us, be it from whichever organization, whichever community, they all are welcome. Why not? We have done so much. The Balasaheb Thackeray, the late Balasaheb Thackeray has already done so much for all communities, not only Hindus or Muslims. He has been always a nationalist. He has always been supporting the people of Maharashtra. Today Maharashtra, without the Thackerays, it's nothing. The BJP had also been shown their places. When BJP wanted to have a say in Maharashtra, Balasaheb Thackeray only had helped the BJP get a foothold. They did have a foothold in Maharashtra. What are they talking about? What are they talking about?
Krishna Hegde, the BJP leader, Mr. Kirit Somaiya, has alleged that there is a plot for vote jihad. Vote jihad, that is the allegation coming in. Respond to Sajid Supariwala and give us the substantiation of how Mr. Somaiya is saying that there is vote jihad happening.
No, totally. When the Ulema board is asking for 10% reservation and there are 400 NGOs working and saying that we have to increase the Muslim voting to 70% and 80%, obviously there is a word jihad. It is there for everyone to see. And then you have OAC, you have the All India Muslim Personal Law Board, you have the Ulema board all coming together. What else is it but not law, word jihad? Secondly, let me tell you, our founder, Hindu Hriday Samrat, Bala Saheb Thackeray ji, has been talking about illegal immigrants, especially Bangladeshis, since 1980s. And he said all these illegal people who have come here should be thrown out from Maharashtra, thrown out from Mumbai and thrown out from India. And let me tell you, I don't know how these people are talking so casually about illegal immigrants. Illegal immigrants is an issue of national security. It's an issue of national security. And if that All India Congress General Secretary has said that they should get free cylinders, I think people should, take him to task on national security. Thirdly, let me tell you that if you are looking at Europe today, look at the Europe pattern. Look at Holland, look at Belgium, look at France. The illegal immigrants have come there and see what a chaos they have created. And therefore, I must tell you that this is all, what they're talking about.
Very far. There are those who will draw parallels to what's happening here in India. But let's leave it there. Europe is a debate for another day. Krista Hegde, I'd like to thank you. Dr. Anand Vinaghnathan, Sanju Verma, Tehseen Purawala, Sajid Supariwala and Imran Ahmed Ali for joining us on the Newshour Agenda this evening.